Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, I'm Steve Basic.
Monica Delaney.
I'm Daniel Cudmore.
Agam Darshi.
I'm Lana Paria.
I'm Thomas Decker.
I'm Mayor Gregor Robertson.
I'm Biff Naked, and you're watching Life and Style
With Zara.
You know what else is inspirational?
Yes.
Life and Style with Zara. That's inspiring.
And it would be really weird if our next guest wasn't Zara. So could you imagine? Life and Style with Zara is a great show that I'm sure a lot of you have already seen already. Yeah. We're very happy to have Zara Durrani here today. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much.
Nice and by that clip, we can see that on your show, you've had the chance to meet so many amazing people. But maybe tell us a little bit more about the show itself. What is your concept and why did you start it?
You know, my hero has always been Oprah. I think with every... Yes. And I connect with her story so much. I think being a person of color and being an immigrant in Canada, I started as a model in the industry, then I was acting, and I just felt that I've always had a very strong spiritual element in my life that I never shared with my friends, and I felt that I needed something, either a film or a project that I was sharing my thoughts and my own spiritual practice.
And you went
others.
to Bali and studied yoga, and that's where you got the idea or the inspiration to give that back, is that right?
Yes. You know, actually, when I came back from Bali, I wasn't even sure if I was going to do anything in the entertainment industry, but things just started lining up. I was asked to be a reporter for We Canada, interview Severin Suzuki. I was asked to be a host and producer for Vancouver International South Asian Film Festival. Yeah. So things were just coming, and I'm like, okay, I have to do this. And you know, I feel God has really blessed me, and
here you are.
What is it like when, because you were saying just before we started about meeting Severin Suzuki in particular, because of course she gave an iconic speech, you know, a number of years ago when she was younger, and she's continued on that path throughout her life. But to be able to meet someone like that you heard of when you were young as well, and then have a conversation with her, that's a beautiful moment when it happens, isn't it? It
is so touching. You guys have no idea. I think, I mean, in Pakistan, in my country, I grew up in poverty. Like, we were very poor. So coming to Canada and meeting these people that I was reading about in high school. So when I first met her, I was shaking. I was so nervous. I'm like it's full circle. Yeah. It's really coming full circle. Like, people that you're like, wow, her dad has done so much. She has done so much. So inspirational. You can't help but
Biff
be
Naked
moved.
is another one, and you got to talk to her as well. She is a person whom we've always loved on our show. What was it like for you when you got to meet Biff?
Oh, man. One of those, again, like...
She relaxes me on Twitter. Yeah. Like, if you follow her on Twitter, you know Biff, like, she writes things and you're just like, right, breathe deeply, deep cleansing breaths, you know, like,
and it'll be like a guided meditations. Take a deep inhalation, open your mouth, exhale, ha. And, you know, you see her videos and you can't, I had never met her before, so I had this, I'm like, okay, you know, rock star, like, okay. And oh my God, she is like the most sweetest. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I want to be like her.
Yeah,
you know,
so approachable.
Oh man, like she's so sweet.
And is that why you choose the people that you choose to interview on your show? Because it is a group of inspirational, wonderful people. So how is the process for you for who you bring on as a guest?
I think I'm personally really involved. Like, a lot of the people I do know, like Alex Ponowick, and I think studying acting and yoga and modeling, I realized that in the entertainment industry, there is a lot of spirituality. And I'm sure with you guys have been doing your show for so long, you need some sort of grounding force, something within you to keep doing. And, you know, to be in front of people, like, there's something, I don't know what it is for you, you work out or, you know, go hiking, go to Whistler, you know. And I felt I wanted to explore that. I wanted to be inspired. Yeah. I wanted to be inspired by the guests that came on the show. So I would love to interview Oprah and Bryan Adams.
How much of a role did this play in your life? I mean, you mentioned coming from Pakistan, growing up in poverty. You moved to Canada, what, 12 years ago?
Yes.
So how much was that spirituality, whether you knew what it was or not, how much of a guide was that for you in just making all these life adjustments, finding your way, staying centered, staying grounded, all these things?
It was not hard. I mean, it was hard. It was not easy. Yeah. it was very hard. And I think that, I mean, coming from a modeling background for a long time, I didn't think I was beautiful. Like, I always felt like I was not fit enough or skinny enough or this. And I knew that for a long time I thought I was the only one dealing with that. And then as soon as, you know, I hit 25 and I started talking to my girlfriends, everyone is going through the same thing. I'm like, I was obsessed with my jean size and this and that, and I just don't care about those things.
And everybody has these commonalities and these things that you struggle with as you grow, right? As you encounter life. And it must be fascinating, the more people, and I've watched the show, that you talk to, and you see that everybody at some level have these things that they overcome. And that often defines who we become in the future, is how you overcome these things.
Yeah. And exactly what you're saying. And I feel when I hear these people's stories, and like whether Severin, Biff Naked, Will Blunderfield, who's an amazing yoga teacher, it gives me courage. You know, it gives me that push to be like, okay, they went through this, look how they are, look how sweet and gentle and amazing these people are, and shining brightly. I can do this too. And hopefully the viewers that are watching, it will inspire them. Like, I first started doing the show thinking I'm inspiring everyone around me, but it was actually myself.
Well, you give and you get back, and you're going to have your 13th episode. Tell us what people can expect for this one.
Yes, it's like my best stuff episode, from Biff Naked to Lama Marut. He is this Buddhist monk who used to be a surfer, rides motorbikes, like super cool dude.
I've actually seen that, and those are the ones that I love because it's people I hadn't heard of before and I wasn't familiar with, and you managed to have these connections with them that are just so cool, like hearing their stories.
And he talks openly about going through depression. You know, it's just like talking about things that kind of makes you feel a little bit awkward, but you want to hear about it. And I wanted to hear about it. Like, when I was shooting that episode, I was actually quite stressed. But I'm like trying to be like, okay, I'm calm, and maybe his energy will calm me, and it did. Energy on our set was so stressful, and after the interview, we're like,
just chill again.
Can we talk about your gorgeous necklace too? Because people have probably noticed it and been wondering about it, but it's absolutely stunning. And tiny and very subtle.
Very subtle.
You know, I call myself like the spiritual diva. It doesn't mean that if you're living the spiritual life that you can't dress up and be fabulous.
It's life and style.
Yes, exactly. So this is a piece by Alan Anderson, and he creates jewelry. He makes it from his hands, and it's one of a piece. He's from Toronto, and he only uses jewels that are from the 1930s to 50s.
So vintage jewelry, wow.
Gorgeous.
And I'm obsessed with vintage, and like, he's really inspired by Grace Kelly and Elizabeth Taylor, and I.
Well, very elegant,
beautiful.
Zara. Congratulations on the show. If you want to check out the best of episode that we were just talking about, you can check it out Fridays 8:30 p.m., Sunday 1, and Tuesday 11 a.m. If you want to find out more, you can go to the website.
Very nice. We're going to take a break and